I've never been one for revenge, but that night, something inside me snapped. It was my brother-in-law Daniel's birthday, a big event he threw every year. My wife, Hannah, insisted we go. He's family, she said, smiling like it was just another harmless dinner. But she didn't understand what Daniel was like, arrogant, entitled, and always ready to remind me that in his eyes, I was the poor guy who'd married his sister. Still, I agreed. I wanted to keep the peace. After all, Daniel was going through a hard time. His business was drowning in debt, and I quietly arranged a loan approval through a friend in banking to help him keep his house. He didn't know that. I didn't want him to. I just wanted to do the right thing. The party was extravagant. Lights, champagne, designer suits. Everyone laughed a little too loudly, trying to impress each other. When we arrived, Daniel greeted Hannah with a big hug, then looked at me and smirked. "You actually wore that jacket again?" Didn't realize we were recycling fashion now. The crowd laughed. I forced a smile. Guess I missed a memo on the dress code. Dinner started fine. I stayed quiet, sipping my drink, letting them talk about vacations and cars I couldn't care less about. But as the night went on, Daniel got louder. The alcohol loosened his tongue, and his jokes got crueler. He started mocking people, waiters, old friends, even me. At one point, someone mentioned how lucky Hannah was to have a husband who supported her through her career. Daniel scoffed, raised his glass, and said, "Lucky? Please." Hannah could have done better. She settled for the safe option. "Our dear Tom's a good guy, sure, but not exactly the guy you brag about, right?" The room erupted in awkward laughter. My chest tightened, my jaw clenched, and Hannah froze, embarrassed. "Daniel, that's enough," she said. He just waved his hand. "Oh, come on, I'm kidding. Don't be so sensitive." But I saw the looks, the pity in some faces, the amusement in others. I quietly stood up and went outside for air. I watched the snow falling on the streetlight, wondering why I ever tried to earn respect from people who had none to give. When I came back, Daniel was cutting his cake. "Tom's back," someone shouted. Daniel grinned. "Hey, man, I was just telling him how you asked me for business advice once. That was cute." More laughter. I smiled faintly. "Yeah," I said calmly. "And you never gave it," which explains a lot. The room went quiet. Daniel frowned. "What's that supposed to mean?" I just looked at him for a long second. "You'll figure out soon." Then I turned to Hannah. "Let's go." She followed me out, confused and silent. In the car, she whispered, "Tom, what was that about?" I just said, "Nothing. I'm done trying to impress your brother." The next morning, I made one phone call to my friend who had arranged Daniel's loan. "Pull the file," I said quietly. "Cancel it." He hesitated. "You sure? That's going to ruin him." I nodded. Then maybe he'll learn what humility feels like. 3 weeks later, Daniel's world started to crumble. The bank rejected his application. His house, the one he bragged about every chance he got, went into foreclosure. The business he claimed was booming filed for bankruptcy. Suddenly, the man who humiliated everyone else had gone silent. One evening, I got a call from Hannah. Her voice trembled. "Daniel's here. He's losing everything. He asked if you could help." I took a deep breath. "He can come talk to me." An hour later, Daniel showed up at our house, pale, eyes swollen, shoulders slumped. For the first time, he didn't look proud. He looked small. "Tom," he said quietly, "I don't know what to do. I need your help. Please." I poured him a glass of water, placed it on the table, and said, "You remember your birthday? The jokes, the laughter?" He looked down. "I was drunk. I didn't mean." "I know," I interrupted gently. "But you did. You meant every word. You spent years making people feel small, so you could feel big. Maybe it's time you learn what it's like to be on the other side." He swallowed hard. "So you won't help me?" I looked at him for a long moment. "No, Daniel. I already did once. You just didn't know it." His eyes widened. He realized what I meant. The color drained from his face. "You canceled it," he whispered. I nodded. "I did. Because sometimes losing everything is the only way someone truly changes." He stood up, shaking. You destroyed me. I shook my head. No, your pride did that. I just stepped out of the way. Daniel left without another word. That night, Hannah sat beside me on the couch, quiet for a long time. Then she said softly, "He deserved it." I looked at her, surprised. She met my gaze and whispered, "I'm sorry for how my family treated you. I should have stood up for you." I took her hand. We can't control what people say, Hannah, but we can control what we become because of it. Months passed. Daniel disappeared from the spotlight, sold his luxury car, and started working in a small firm. And though we rarely spoke, I knew deep down that the lesson had finally hit. Sometimes life doesn't shout the truth. It whispers it through loss. Now, every time someone tells me revenge is wrong, I smile a little, because sometimes justice isn't about hurting someone. It's about letting their arrogance collapse under its own weight. That night, he humiliated me in front of everyone. But in the end, he taught me the sweetest lesson of all. Silence and patience are the sharpest forms of revenge.